Hello and welcome to the summary of my first week of AceoApril. The AceoApril challenge was created by BlacksummerColouring. I'll add a link to her video and you should totally check out her ACEOs. For any of you who don't know what an ACEO is, it stands for Artist Card Editions and Originals, and unlike an ATC, an artist trading card, you can make several prints of them and even sell them. So they act like normal art prints, but they are very tiny, as you can see. And even though they are called ACEOs, I'm only gonna swap mine or trade them. And since I mostly drew animal versions of people I know, or they are OCs, I might give some of them to those who I drew. And the remaining cards I will swap, and I have no problem with sending letters to all parts of the world. I'm not rich, but that's a luxury I'm all in for. I will post the next 7 furries in a week, so that's next Monday, but you can all see them on a daily basis on my Instagram and my Amino, which I will link, and really any art or furry related Amino will do. I'm posting them everywhere I can. So please tell me if you're also an Amino user and which ones you are, so I can follow you. And if you're making AceoApril videos on YouTube, you can send me a link, because I'm trying to follow everyone who's making ACEOs. I'm already doing that on Instagram, but they're a bit hard to find on YouTube. For protection, I brought some plastic sleeves in a Yu-Gi-Oh card shops. So they had cards for Yu-Gi-Oh and Magic the Gathering, and they also have little tournaments. And I also got a nice deck box for storage, even though I don't play with the cards or collect them. But now I have some ACEO protection sleeves. It's probably not what they're intended to use, but I don't care. If anyone I drew wants their ACEO, so any people I know in real life, just tell me and I'll put them aside once I scanned them all in and probably wrote everything on the back, and the rest will be up for trade. And I will later tell you, once the challenge is finished, which one I can trade, and you can just ask me and I will send you my card. The art supplies that I used are Winsor and Newton watercolors, Finetech, that's the gold watercolor, like I think everybody knows them by now. It's very sparkling, very intense. Faber-Castell Albrecht Dürer watercolor pencils. Those are just like normal color pencils, but they're water soluble, and I use them for the backgrounds mainly. Then a Tombow hard brush, the black one, it's a calligraphy pen I think, and some watercolor cards, trading cards that I bought on Amazon. They're quite thin, so usually watercolor paper is at least 200 GSM, and it feels like printing paper, but it doesn't buckle or it doesn't make those waves when you use it. And now that they're all in my plastic protection sleeves, they tend to keep their shape very well. So yeah, all the art materials that I just listed are also in my AceoApril art supply video, which again I will provide a link, and I'll also collect all my ACEO videos in the challenges playlist in case you want to rewatch them later. So yeah, none of them will be lost. And I believe there's also an official AceoApril playlist. I hope I find the link again. And some artists on YouTube are putting their videos there. Maybe if I find all of them, I will collect them in there. So I guess I'll just tell you a bit about the characters that I drew. The first one is Yilden, a grey wolf, and that's the OC of my friend Alex, that some of you might know from the live streams. So Alex himself is not a wolf, but he invented one, say it like that, and he's part of a very elaborate story that's yeah, there's so many characters, and I think at least a third of my ACOs revolve around his story, just because he has so many resources and he allowed me to use some of them. So I hope he likes the version of Yilden, but in the ACO he looks quite cute, but he isn't cute. He's a bit an angry wolf. But it was Easter was the 1st of April, so I thought for April Fool's Day I'm gonna make a cute version of Yilden the wolf. The next one is Bonski, a fox. That's the persona or OC of also a friend called Paul, and he described it to me, and he even sent me a picture of how he's supposed to look, so I hope I got him right, but he can tell me later once he sees this video. Then there's Milosz, a Doberman, so that's a type of dog, and he's part of a story that I and Max came up with. It's set in, well, around 1900 in Europe, in several countries, and he's a conductor. That's why he's wearing this uniform, and he's driving or like working in the first trams that came up in Vienna. It's a very historical story, so I hope that's gonna evolve a bit more and I can make some more drawings. Then there is Paddy the hedgehog. That is my friend Patrick, and he didn't really know what he would be if he were an animal, but we decided, or he decided, on a hedgehog, and I believe it turned out quite sweet. So Patrick, if you're seeing this, I hope you like your hedgehog. I think on the video it shortly says Christopher, so I got the name wrong, but it's Patrick the hedgehog. Then there's Conin the tanuki. Yeah, maybe some of you follow Confused Ginger on YouTube. Her persona is a tanuki. She might not be a furry, but you know, she just had to come up with something. And her eyes might look a bit yellowish. That's because her glasses have a yellow tint, which is quite good for gaming. And she's holding some art supplies because she's an artist. Yeah, that's it basically. Then there's Sebastian the ocelot. That's the boyfriend of a friend of mine, and he also didn't really know what animal he would be, but yeah, now he's an ocelot, and he looks a bit scared in the picture. I don't know why. I thought it would look cute, but 3 or 4 people already told me it looks like he's seen some things. Yeah, anyway, that was something. Then there's Xajen, the fennec fox. He's also part of Alex universe thingy, so he's in the same world as Yilden the wolf. That's pretty much all I have to say, because I don't know the exact story of all of them, but I will ask Alex and maybe I can explain a bit more in the next video next week. So there's also Marlene the jackal, and she's wearing a lot of goth clothes. I don't think she owns anything else, so I kept her color scheme in mostly black and red, and her skin or her fur is also black because I wanted her to look a bit more like Egyptian. I think is Anubis the black jackal, but in real life jackals are more brownish, stripish. And then there is Byel, the polar bear. I have no idea what he's like, but Max told me he has this OC he's working on, and I decided to interpret like a hunky polar bear for him. And yeah, I'm really proud of that. So thank you for watching, and I hope you will all be with me next week. And that's it. Bye!